Okay. Hi, everybody, and welcome. We're so happy to be here tonight. Woo, what a week, what a week. And we're only on Wednesday. I'll tell you, I had a great day today. Really, really good day. Meaning, I didn't do anything special. I was doing the same thing I do every day. But, oh, I felt so much better today. It's funny how this is such a day to day thing. Have you been feeling, Todd, have you been feeling the same every day, or have you been having better days than others? Have you, what's your temperature been?
I used to really think that movie Groundhog Day was, real fantasy and a stretch. But now that we're in this hold up like this, it's Groundhog Day.
Yeah, but I tell you, yesterday I had the strangest.
I don't have a mic on now.
Okay, I'm going to wait till you have your mic on.
You go.
Okay, so yesterday I woke up and I had slept 8 hours, which is very unusual for me, as you know. I usually don't sleep that much. And I woke up and had coffee and I tried to sit down and work, and my mind was so distracted and I couldn't focus on anything, which, as you know, sometimes that focusing for me is I have a little bit of ADD, so I have to really work hard to focus. And when I was working, my mind was wandering a lot and I couldn't seem to get anything done. So I would get frustrated, then it would get a little anxious over that. And the funny thing about it is that I finally just gave up and decided I was going to do absolutely nothing, and that tomorrow I would just pick it up where I left off. I was very disturbed by this, so I went on Facebook and I posted about it, and about 300 people posted back saying that they were having days like this. Some of them said every day, some of them said some days. And so I really gave it a lot of thought about what is going on with us during this whole thing. And really what I think it is that we are animals, and the end of it, and animals, as you know, those of you who have pets, they like routine. They like to be walked at the same time, fed at the same time. Your animal is happiest when you have your pet in a routine, and they know what to expect and when, and they have an internal body clock. And we're no different than that. We like our routine. We like our our life to be kind of normal the way that it is. And everything about our life has been like shaken up, and our routine has been taken away. And most of us are very goal-oriented, driven. And the other thing I thought about was how connected a lot of us are to what we do. So our jobs are very much a part of our identity and our personality. And so those of us that aren't doing our work, we're discombobulated, and everything is a little off. So I'm so grateful to have a great day, that I felt happy and myself and focused. Plus, I've been looking at YouTube videos all day to pick out some clips for tonight. So I think all the laughing I did was really good. So I love the idea of keeping us on a track of laughing. So you haven't had any days like this where you feel off?
I've been so busy, with.
Well, I have too.
I've just been doing a lot of projects, and no, I'm there. I'm doing my best to sort of enjoy the whole experience
Yes.
in some ways. I mean, I understand the complexities of it all, and even though there are a lot of people suffering on a variety of levels, I'm just trying to find the good in it, and we've been working hard, and we're getting my golf simulator set up in the theater next door so we can play
I
some
know.
golf indoors.
I have to tell you that when you golf, you're happier. So they closed all the golf down, and you were doing really well. And then when they closed the golf down, what I noticed about my animal, grrr, what I noticed about my animal was that you needed a project to do right away.
For sure.
So,
But that's how I function anyway, ever since the beginning of time.
yes. And the thing is that a lot of people live in apartments, not houses where they can actually go outside. And so can you imagine?
But you could still go outside. I mean, nobody's saying you can't go outside.
No, but it's an effort. You know, we walk outside in a yard, and
I'm
that's
outside almost the whole day.
well, I'm outside
We
a
just
lot
have a
because of
great
the
yard.
chickens.
Right, so you're playing with the chickens, but I mean, I like being out and about, and we have a beautiful yard, and
Yeah.
just, you do need to find your space where you can do that. I think most people can find a space. I don't know, they're not arresting people in the parks anymore. What a bunch of nonsense was that?
I don't know. But speaking of animals, which I was just a moment ago, Dora, say hi, Dora. Dora got bit today by Nugget. Nugget was outside, and she was bringing Nugget in so she could put
Nugget,
Chiquiato
so
out.
he's feeling spunky.
So Nugget bit Dora. Did he just do this, Dora? Bam! Yeah, just put a hole right in your arm, right? So Nugget's feeling better because when Nugget was not himself, he wasn't spurring
Could I
anybody.
get an espresso? I made a huge mistake and didn't bring my espresso to the set.
Who are you calling?
I'm calling in for a double shot of espresso because I'm
Oh,
no,
you
don't go.
you don't have-
I called Buck. He said he'd handle it for me.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Okay, let's see who's
I have
here, and then
come,
we'll
I've
open
arrived
the show.
unprepared. Unprepared.
Skippy's in a better mood. That's a good thing. Let me
Hmm?
see here.
Are we doing the slipper opening or just
Yeah,
the
we're
slipper
going to do the
close?
slipper opening. I'm just looking to see.
Or are we just doing slipper closings?
We can do. We'll do a slipper closing. So we have our usual suspects, and then some new people. We have a lot of people in the room, so this is really going to be fun. And I have so many. I have so many clips now, and so I'm spacing them all out. And I thought, it would be fun if we just show a couple of clips from funny stuff and get everybody all revved up. And then we'll take you down at the end of the show and just let you rest tonight and sleep well. And I have a little plan for that. So
You have an exiting strategy?
I have an exiting strategy, yes. Because this is really about, you know what this is about? This is about feeling good. Because like I said, being out of our routine, not being connected to the work that we possibly really love, which a lot of people do love what they do. It's why they chose it. You're not feeling like yourself. So this hour and whatever change that we spend with you every night is really about talking about our feelings if you want to. I know you all kind of know each other out there now, which makes me really happy. And it's also about laughing and, of course, loving. And let's look at a couple of these video clips. I want you to just take a peek into your computer.
I'm wanting to bring up, I'm trying to bring up, ironically.
What you trying to find?
Well, I was wanting to, there it is. I wanted to.
You found us.
Right, so I wanted to see, I don't care much about the video, but this way I can see the comments too.
Aha. Well, the comments are the thing because, this is why we're doing this, for the peeps. And
So what is it? Which
Sean
one?
Hins, I keep buying more Cat Danas, just love them. You know what, Sean? You're not alone. A lot of people have bought every color. I'm wearing red tonight because I was wearing black, and I wanted
Which
to
one
put
do
a
you wanna
little
watch?
color. Let's go to, let's see here. So let's see. We'll go to, there's one in here that I sent, and it says twerk. Did you see that one? Oh my gosh, it made me laugh
I
so
don't-
hard. It came late tonight.
Well, here's the last
Twerk
one.
on,
was-
here it is. Twerk Girl on Big Brother UK. So let me set it up first, though.
All
Okay.
right.
So Ryan Clements, who I'm sure is watching this.
Proper twerk is
He,
right
no, stop it, because it's
I
very
know, but
short.
I have to get it queued up.
Okay, so
You got to give us a sec. We
this
don't have
is
the
this
giant.
is
I'm the crew and the. We
that's
got
right.
to.
This is a real short clip. It's the Big Brother, I think, in UK. And it's as huge there as it is here. I don't watch Big Brother because I watched it for the first 2 seasons, and then that's about as much as I can give a reality show, is a couple of seasons, and I'm out. And then this happened, but what I love about this is that this girl apparently was the big, they always become stars, these people that live in this house that's actually on a sound stage. And I know someone that works on the one in Los Angeles, and they build this house on a sound stage, and it has no ventilation to speak of, so you can imagine what it smells like just after a couple of days. And cameras are rolling 24/7, so these people become kind of big stars from this show. And this girl was the big to-do. John, do you remember her name? Because someone knew this, but she's well known for the people over there that watch this, and she's just fabulous. She twerks, she dances, she's outrageous. So this is the show that they have on afterwards, like the Big Brother after, and they talk about what happened in the house that season or that night. And so here we go. This girl just wanted to show off her hourglass figure and her dancing abilities.
Okay, John.
12 kids right now. Spin round, spin round. Let's have a little look.
Live TV.
I don't think I would survive this. I would die of total
Well,
embarrassment.
I don't really think it's that outrageous. I mean, it's not like we got the beef there. I mean, we just had a little mooner.
Oh,
her
think
zipper.
I think it's completely outrageous because you're having a shining moment.
I think we all need to see it again just because.
No, I
No?
think you need to see it
I mean,
again.
I don't really know what happened
wait, let me see
exactly. Do you know what happened?
Yes,
What happened?
12 kids right now.
she was dancing for him.
There's
showing
nothing really.
The outfit.
There's nothing really showing there. Just she has her undies on. I mean,
Now, okay, so Debbie Rousey's saying, what a crack up.
a
I'm te-
crack up, exactly. No, there
right.
isn't anything really. You know, it's not like it's the world is.
Oh, for me, I laughed so hard because I know what it's like to have a shining moment, and the last thing I would ever want to have happen is my pants or dress split. And that girl, she was humbled so fast. Did you see
I
that?
almost think that she did it on purpose, like Monroe on the subway grate.
Well, what do you mean? That wasn't in the script?
I'm just saying, you know, the Marilyn Monroe subway grate scene
Yeah.
was not intended.
Oh, it wasn't?
No. And then when it happened, she knew what to do. You know, she played to it, to the air coming up. She played to that, and that became what the most famous moment in underwear history, more famous than Underwear Man. But this almost looks the same to me, like, you know, you're because it's not like you know, the cootie didn't come out or anything. You know,
Well,
it's-
no, but she wasn't wearing any panties, and I think that's
Yes,
the
there
other
was.
thing.
I
Oh,
beg
was
to
there?
differ.
If you
There's
wanna-
panties there.
If you want to call it that.
They're crack panties.
That's right. But I'm just saying.
I don't know how you. Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Those have got to be so freaking. You've
I
obviously
do
tried them
not
on. You don't wear
them.
that.
No, because,
No, because it's like got to be so uncomfortable.
you'll get an infection from wearing
So
those kind of.
uncomfortable. What is the
I mean,
point
you can't
even?
be wearing panties like that.
And what
there's a
exactly
price
does
to
it
pay.
do? You know,
Look, Seth
just
Rogen
saying.
show.
I
Oh
mean,
my
that's
God,
a big
that's
mystery to me.
I'm
Okay.
dying and totally love. That's right, people. You know, so they relate. This is not anything you would want to have happen to you. You know, like this is just not it. But
Oh wait, somebody just came on. I think John, it's important that he not miss this. Let's go one more
oh
time.
my gosh,
Well,
who
we
is
don't.
it?
We don't want. I don't know. Just two people said I just joined you,
Well,
so
kids, right
we don't want him to miss
Oh,
what
I
happened.
cannot believe
You don't want to
this.
miss the action here.
All right.
Okay, I'm
That's
just saying.
enough.
No, I'm just saying. I hate. You know, it's just not fair if somebody misses out on the moments.
I know. Well,
It's not
anyway,
fair.
that
some
was.
things are fair and some things are not fair.
I mean, is it just me? But Dora, did you laugh at that? Because I laughed so hard at that. I just couldn't believe it. Well, I don't think that she's shy. Let's put it that way. If that happened to me, I would have to go to therapy
do you
for the
even
next
own
10
underwear
years.
like that if you're shy? No.
Yeah, I think some people might. You know, some people. You know why women wear those panties, right?
No. Please explain it to me.
Because you don't expect anyone's going to see it. But the other thing is, you don't have.
But
a-
why have it then?
You don't have a VPL, a visible panty line.
I get that, but why have it? I mean, what is it for?
So you don't have a panty line.
No, I get that.
You're not.
Okay, that's
it's not
the
like
only
it's
reason.
for somebody. Oh my gosh, that
This
was
is
so
really,
funny. I
yeah,
know.
okay, well,
Anyway, look
so there
at
you have
Cecily
it.
Yeager. Oh my.
I'm thinking
oh,
he's using it
gee.
for a pretty prime opportunity here to like maul her. Look at this guy. He's
Yeah,
mauling
but
her.
you know what? He's not getting anything out of it, if you know what I mean.
Well, he doesn't want anything. Is what you're saying. I get what you mean.
I mean, it's just not his flavor. Let's
It's
just put
just,
it that way.
he goes
So,
swinging a different way. What
so
can I
I
say?
love that. It just made me laugh so hard.
All right.
And then there is another.
And then there's more. Huh?
Then there's more.
Which
There-
one? You have mom in the park.
Oh, I
Woman in
like.
a closet.
I like
Woman in a
my
closet.
sister sent me this today.
You want that one?
Yes.
Woman in the closet?
Yes, because I think a lot of people are going to relate to this. It just, for what we're going through.
California.
Okay, so first thing we got to do, we'll get rid of all the
And it's
tape.
so clever. This lady is so clever.
Day 12.
All right, so
Being
I'll
quarantined.
start over. Ready, John?
Yes.
Day 12.
Here we go. Yes,
Being
sir.
quarantined with my loved ones. At first it was okay. It was like a really nice long weekend.
Up.
It's too much together. This entire
I mean, what is she doing? I can't hear
You
her at all.
can't.
Yeah.
Well,
Day
you had it.
12.
There you go.
being quarantined with my loved ones. At first it was okay. It was like a really nice long weekend. And then madness. It's too much togetherness. This entire experience had made me very much aware that I want a man in my life, just not in my house. I'll hook up my DVD player and my printer, maybe help me flip the mattress now and then get out. Yesterday, the man asked me where we keep the spoons. The spoons. For God's sake, we've been married 31 years. The spoons are kept where they always are kept, in the silverware drawer. He recently found all of the old cassettes of music that I used to listen to when he was in high school, and thought it would be fun if we just listened to those songs yesterday. There's only so much of the band America a person can listen to. And that stupid song, riding through the desert on a horse with no name. It's not deep, it's stupid. I mean, name your horse, for crying out loud. Prickly Pete's a good name. Snoopy. Just name it and be done with it. Hiding in here because I don't think he can find me in here. The man can't find the spoons. Chances are he's not going to look in the closet for his wife. And if he does, I'm going to have to watch all 5 of the Planet of the Apes movies. I thought that would be a good time for us this evening. Oh, the horror.
Okay. Okay, it's fun.
Oh no. See, men wouldn't find this funny at all.
No, I mean
But-
because I know where the spoons are. In fact, I'm the one who organized the kitchen.
No, that is true. That's typically not you, but oh my gosh, I can't tell you how many of my friends have called me or texted me rather and just said, I think I'm going to go insane because
Right.
I'm not used to being around my husband this much and I'm seeing all kinds of habits and things that I've never seen before. And Bobby, my brother, is sitting out there next to Dora and he's did you laugh through that? So
He likes. It's
Yeah.
because he likes the horse with no name, the America.
But I just think that people are getting so creative. I mean, this lady just got in the closet with a flashlight and did an impromptu monologue, and it was just adorable. So I love how creative people are
So
getting.
wasn't Jerry Beckley the lead singer for America?
Yes.
Right. So Jerry Beckley, Fred Wallachy, was a good friend of mine, who ran Westwood Music, and he was friends with everybody. And I had a mobile recording truck. This is in the 70s. And so one day he comes over and he shows up to the place with Jerry Beckley.
Yeah.
And of course, I knew that song. I didn't understand it either, by the way. But, and Jerry comes in there and he goes, hey, you guys want to smoke a joint? So, he fires up this joint. We all pass around to Fred. And all of a sudden, he breaks out into hives. It's like a rash. He starts coming on totally.
The singer?
The singer.
Yeah.
Totally unraveled. And I'm like trying to talk him down like as if it was an acid trip or something. And he's freaking out and he's got and Fred ends up having to take him to the hospital to where the guy just says you had a allergic reaction to whatever. Now he brought the joint. It was his joint, so it's not like you could blame it on
Yeah,
us.
but you never know what somebody might put in that, or if
Well,
you don't.
again, where
yeah.
did you get it? It's always been a question of mine. Like there was a softer, gentler time where you could buy weed and there's nothing weird in it. Then all of a sudden they came up with like angel dust, and somebody would
Yeah,
slip you
and
that
because
joint.
you are talking about maybe the late 70s right
or,
now.
or mid 70s.
Mid
yeah.
70s. So back then, yeah, life was in LA was great.
But
He actually married a friend of mine, and they are still married all these
He's a
years
very nice
later.
guy.
Yeah,
I agree
I found him
entirely
to
with the
be-
woman, though, that I don't understand that you're riding through the desert with a horse with no name. I mean, that's
Hey, you know what? The people made it a hit. What can I say?
more than a hit, right?
Yeah, right.
Huge.
I know.
It's a
exactly.
great song. It's just the lyric doesn't make any sense. Like a lot of songs, right? I mean, not every song has to make sense. I mean, George Gershwin was the last guy that wrote songs where every song made sense. You were the lyrics, or Cole Porter. Yeah, exactly. Somebody like old school.
Oh, gosh. Well, I found that to be just a fantastic video. And so my quest to go on, then I had one of you send me a video that was so
Is this the next one?
hilarious. Yes, this is the mom video.
Mom.
And yes, I think that's what it says in the subject line. And I laughed so hard. And then I showed Dora, and we
Well,
both
one
laughed.
says hilarious video for the night. Woman in the closet. We did the woman closet.
Yep.
Mom in the.
Yes,
yeah.
Mom. There you go.
There's another one apparently.
Right there is. There's 4 of them.
These things take.
Oh
off.
no, not this one.
Not this one.
No.
Okay. So
Okay. So
we did that one. This one.
yes. There you go. So I'll set it up before you get there.
Mason!
Okay. So
Now,
just
see, it's
freeze it.
Gonna probably have to turn it down a little, John.
Yeah, because it's a loud one. It's
I-
actually a new one, so it's not.
Well, also
drained.
some people. She's obviously talking quietly, to pretend like she's.
And she's holding the phone. So this is for those of you who have kids. Some of you are going to find this hilarious, and maybe some of you are going to think this is terrible because it is a practical joke on a child. But this kid is a movie kid. You know what I mean? Just the expression and everything. It's so fantastic. So this is for those of you who have kids at home and you haven't had a break in over 5 weeks.
Mason! Mason! Mason, I need help! I need help! I need toilet paper! I'm stuck! Mason, I need you to get the toilet paper for free. I can't reach it! And I just went poop! Mason, come out! Oh my goodness. Big girl. Mason, I can't get off the toilet. Mason, I pooped. I can't get off. I don't want to make a mess. Can you please? I dropped it on the floor. I can't reach it.
Annie.
What is it?
Oh no.
What is it?
Oh, I have poop.
Is this poop? Is it? Is it really poop? Is it really poop? Is it really
I'm so sorry.
Is it poop? I'm
I'm so sorry. I have poop.
You do. Just like the other girl.
I got poo on you. I'm so sorry. It's on me too.
It's right. The dog wants to lick it. It's pudding, right?
It's chocolate.
I poo chocolate.
Lick it.
What is it? 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 What is it?
She's got really getting worked up.
It's chocolate, baby. It's chocolate. It's chocolate. It's okay. I just played a trick on you. I just played a trick on you. really poop.
It's not.
You can lick it.
But it's not.
The chocolate is black, like that, brown like that too.
Oh, Daddy,
Oh, baby.
don't unlike me so.
Okay. Can I put some? You want to put some in your mouth?
No.
It's just chocolate. Look.
But
Look. That's chocolate.
it is from what? I'm wiping my hands off.
Okay.
Then I don't wipe down all the chocolate.
I love you.
Why do you do?
Thanks for coming to my rescue.
Stop.
Did you get pointed hands?
No, it was just pretend. I was just playing a joke on you.
Can I just taste it? You're right, it is chocolate.
Okay.
Nathan!
The funny thing is I was watching my brother out there, and he was crying. And you actually aren't that easy to. It's not easy to make you laugh.
True. Tough audience.
Your mom was the same way, and oh, this just got me. It just.
No, the kid is adorable. I mean, it's like Annie, you know. And then,
I told you it's a movie kid,
Yeah, and
right?
then- and
She
then-
should be in movies.
What's funny is how it's so slowly but surely it starts to gag her up.
You see the drop.
You know who was like that, who couldn't handle anything at all?
Who?
Miguel Ferrer, one of
Really?
my best friends. Anything that had to do with vomit or poo or those, he would start to gag up like that. And it would, like, you see how she was repetitively starting to gag? He used to get all off on a tangent like that. So and you couldn't get him to stop because he'd just choke himself up.
Oh my gosh, that made me laugh. Well, that video, though it's only been out a very short time, has gone completely viral. It's
Lot
been
of,
seen about 1,300,000 times, so it's going to
Back
be.
to toilet humor, right?
I'm
We were
telling
talking
you,
about
yes, it
Potty
is.
humor is always funny.
Oh my gosh. So someone just said that they miss us in my office. And you want to know something? I love this set, but once in a while I definitely feel like I miss just being with you in the office too. So we have to once in a while just do a show from
But you
there.
know, the thing about the office is as great. It has limitations.
Yes.
Because we can't do roll-ins. We can't do a lot of things. In here we have a lot of capabilities that we don't have there. It's a lot more difficult to
Yeah, this
add in.
actually, as complicated as this looks, it is a lot easier technically to do it in here.
So in there, we have worked out some of the problems, but in there, you know, you're also kind of jammed in, and you never are intercutting. Here you get to
Yeah.
see close-ups and things. So, I mean, there is, the office is fun. And you know what? We'll still continue to do the remote feed show. I think people like taking a tour
Crying.
around. That was a lot of fun. The tour around the house
yeah.
was fun.
Oh yeah. And then we'll
Just FaceTime my granddaughter Luna, and she had never seen anything like the emu. And I walked her around back there.
Oh,
Well,
so
he's
my
still-
brother
he's
is
not on camera, but-
my brother is saying that that he just had FaceTimed with his granddaughter Luna, and she had never seen an emu before, and so yes, right.
Well, I think
the
we
window
should-
cleaners came today, and they were out back, and the emu really took to them, and she was right up behind them and
like them.
and liked them, yeah, very much. And so, you know, it's really funny because I always think when people come here to clean the pool or do something, and the emu is not locked up, and actually she has.
Well, why don't you see? Would you guys like to have a remote?
We should do
day on the farm.
a day on the farm remotely. I
But
think
I mean,
that would be
you
fun.
could just do 15, 20 minutes.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
We could start in here, and you could just go. We'll just take.
Let's see what people
You
are
just-
saying. I
whatever-
must
what-
need, I must know the name of the video on YouTube. Brian, I will send it to you. Yes, this
But
is
would
so
they
true.
like to have a day on the farm and meet your animals
Right.
outside, like the emu? It's still light out. We could be
Yeah.
doing it right
So
now.
someone else just said that the office, there was a coziness. And remember, you know, like I said, that once in a while we should do the office because I actually miss the coziness of that sometimes too. But I absolutely do love being in here because we can do stuff like this.
Well,
so
I mean, there's an ease of the you know, the lighting is
Yeah.
perfect. You can, I mean, we've tweaked it now. a little bit to make it even look nice. And you know what you were saying earlier to Buck, that those old horrible looking flowers weren't going to look good.
Right.
But now look at them in the background.
Are they up here
They're
with us?
behind you.
Okay, so I told him to throw those away
And
today.
here's what I
so
said.
now I'm going to turn around on you. You're going to make me sorry I said that.
No, but look at the picture. Don't look at the flowers. Look at the picture.
Oh, they.
See, on camera, they look fantastic. And here's the moral of that story. I'll tell you, I told Buck this story because I started to bring him in, and Buck goes, oh, no, you can't do that. Cat doesn't want those there. And I said, let me tell you something funny about things like that. Jerry Wunderlich was a fantastic set designer, friend of my mom's, award-winning MGM guy. You know? And one of the first big shows I was ever directing, and had a lot of big stars in the show, and we were getting the set ready, and I had gone away and came back, and he had sort of finished the set, and I walked in, I went like, it was horrible. It was like pink and white chiffon, and I was like, this is gross. And he says, wait till you see it on camera. And honestly, I turned on the cameras, and I was like,
You liked
looks
it?
freaking fantastic.
Well,
But in person on the set, it looked like, it's just like these flowers, we were going to throw them away. But I said, in a muted off-camera way, that'll be a nice thing in the background.
right. The flowers sort of reminded me of, I grew up in Florida. And so when you would go to people's houses in Florida, I don't know if you remember this, but they would have plastic on their couches. Do you remember that? They would have plastic on their couches. And I'm thinking, I don't want to sit on that couch because I don't want to sit on this thick plastic. And
But
then
the couch will last 5 generations, though. You can hand it down.
exactly, but I just
Problem is it
was
goes
like
out of
you might as
style.
well just put a yellow police tape around the living room door because
Well,
no one wanted to go in there.
It's like my grandparents had furniture that they kind of wanted to give to my mom, but it wasn't cool enough, for her. And my grandmother was one of those people. Plastic on the and it wasn't even good enough to put plastic on the furniture. And then my mother, of course, had great furniture, but she had a whole nother problem with her selection of furniture. She loved antique furniture, so it wasn't cozy.
Yeah.
So you're sitting on a Louis XIV thing, and it's kind of like.
Oh no, all antique furniture is like that.
And so I remember carrying. My mother was always trying to figure out what she could leave to Carrie and I. This went on for 40 years. Your eyes would just sort of drift over, and maybe you'd look at a cabinet. She goes, oh, do you like that cabinet? And she'd put a sticker on it, put your name on it, so that that could be left to you.
remember.
This went on for 40 years, but it got. She started doing that, and Carrie and I were like, who wants the Louis XIV set?
Nobody raised their hands. It's right.
Crickets. Well, somebody, Carrie, you got to want this. It's really beautiful. And she's like, yeah, not my style, Todd, well, no, you can't even sit in it. She had some chairs that she had gotten from Harold Lloyd. I mean, these chairs were like 250 years old. She had them, remember they were in the living room. Honestly, it was like, yes, they're beautiful, but they're the most impractical things. So sometimes, what you might love. But
Right.
I like comfortable things. These are reasonably comfortable.
These
but,
chairs are super comfortable.
But they're not. It's leather,
Yeah.
but it's reasonable.
and
It's
they're not. They're.
You don't
not
go to
old.
sleep in them. No, it's mine.
Yeah, right.
The
But for
chairs
what
in our
we're
bedroom
doing, they're good.
are cozy.
So
And speaking of cozy,
yes, someone
look
just,
at this mop down here.
and someone Patty Hughes just said she wanted to see Archie.
Well, now
This-
see, I
now
could bring
Archie
can
is-
join the clan.
Yes,
He could come and get in
he
on
could
this.
he could sit right behind you on the next one on his perch.
There you go.
So we'll have all of our pets out here
Okay,
eventually.
you got
the
him in
only
the
one
shot,
that is
John?
hard to get is the emu because she doesn't like to be indoors anywhere. She likes freedom.
Well, yeah, it's a big bird. Also, she moves around erratically. She's not very mellow.
Okay, let's go to the last YouTube video
Okay,
because
to the clip.
okay, so now this one Ryan Clements sent me, and
You could-
apparently it's the
you could move the
mayor.
camera 3 on the
Ryan,
control,
I
you could
can't
come down.
remember where he was the mayor of, but
So wait, this is which one now?
this is the one you almost
Hilarious
played before.
video for tonight.
Yes, because when you see the guy come back into the scene, the mayor of this town, this is a council meeting. So you can imagine this girl is just what her getting through this was heroic. But this is a council meeting, and Mayor left to go to the bathroom, and he was wearing his microphone. See what I have on right now? There's a battery pack on the back of my microphone. These are what we wear on stage. So the battery pack is right here, and you tuck it into sometimes they tuck it into the back of your pants. On the soap, we would tuck it into the back of our
Well,
bra.
the smaller your back is a
Yeah.
good space.
So anyway, sometimes men put it in their pockets. It's so the mayor was still wearing his microphone when he went to the restroom. So
Off we
that's
go.
all I need to tell you.
Here we go.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll try and keep this brief. I won't belabor all the details. I'm sure most of you remember Mr. Guest's presentation from last time, and I imagine he's going to hit some of the highlights here in a minute. But the thing is that these deadly infections, there's something we can do about it. And what we can do is call on governmental representatives that are higher up the chain of...
Fortunately, it's not a big audience, right?
Well, it is now.
Yes, that's it.
And ask for action at the federal level. I am aware of Mr. Brainerd's concerns that he raised last time, and there would be instances where I actually agree that we should take action locally first, but there are not any KFL operations in Georgetown, so for us to just say it within the city limits.
There's the flush. And a final song.
Man, that
Would be an empty gesture?
I mean, the guy.
Wait, he's coming back.
He's coming back?
Yes.
Oh, my.
Okay, she's got to hold it together.
So,
There he is.
and also these diseases don't know any boundaries. So a state-by-state approach would just mean that
He's going to tell him what happened there.
No, I'm not sure what this part is about. They're watching it in an Arab country, obviously. But
Thank you, Mayor.
Oh
I'll try and keep
my
this brief.
gosh, can you just imagine? I mean, people on sets, the sound people, they are sitting with these headphones on while we're mic'd. So they hear all of our conversations. When they see us leave the set, they're like, "Could you please flip your mic off?" Because they don't really want to.
Normally the sound man would mute your mic for you. You know, he's got the ability to do that. Now, in this case, they don't have the manpower. You know, there's no one running sound, so
Yeah.
the mic is going to stay on. I told you back in the day, many, many years ago, when we first started using wireless mics on the set, none of the actors were wise to the idea that you could be heard all around with these mics on. And man, the stuff that would go on, what we would hear them saying about other people, about other actors. I mean, it was so horrific. And the bathrooms, of course, were, some of the experiences were violent.
Oh, I'd say that was up
No,
there
no,
with the
that's
violent.
actually
That
it.
was
No,
violent music right there.
No, I've seen worse.
Oh my gosh! So this was why I think I was in such a good mood today, because I laughed so hard looking at these clips, looking for clips. I found some clips that were just unbelievable. Let me see how people are doing. Julie Gingrich, thanks for the great laugh. I needed that tonight. You're welcome, Julie, in Orlando. You and Patty, I miss all of you girls. Some of you have actually been to my Get Your Fire Back seminars, and so what's great is that you've made lifelong friends with each other. I don't know if Linda Kornreich is here tonight, but she's usually here with us, and she's the mother of us all. So Allison Tugwell says, "We learned to mute mics when people left the stage. Can't trust the actors to remember." That is so
For sure.
true. Because
And you
our
can't
mind
trust
is
the
on
sound man either, because he's bored, so he's going to sit around and listen to I mean, you can imagine, only the girls know this, but what went on in some of these ladies' rooms was something I had never imagined.
Okay, and
I had heard about such things, but
I have to tell you, I mean, the thing is this poor guy, Ryan actually knew his name, so he's probably from the East Coast back there,
The mayor?
Northeast, the mayor, yes, of somewhere. And that's not actually a new video. It's been around for a few years, but some of the best ones are the ones that. So that concludes my YouTube videos for tonight. How is everybody out there doing? I want to hear from you and see, take a temperature on you because last night when I was talking about how I was feeling yesterday, so many of you, said you were going through a hard time. But, I hope that you guys are having a good day. I want to hear about your Cheryl Davidson Conway. When we can get your fire back, we'll definitely be coming back. It's my favorite seminar to conduct, and if you talk to any of the girls that have been to one, it is fantastic. A lot of people bring their husbands to Vegas, even though the husbands aren't going to be coming here. They bring their husbands and and sometimes their kids, and they do something else. But I have you for most of the weekend. We do a Friday night party. We do dinner and cocktail party here at the house, and then I do a show here in the theater, up here on the stage. And then on Saturday we have the seminar, and you can bring whoever you want to the party, and that's really the last time that they come here. And then Saturday and Sunday we do incredible things. You leave here definitely not how you came here. You leave here with a much greater understanding of yourself and why you do the things you do, and how to stop doing the things you don't want to do, and how to communicate effectively. It's a really cool weekend. So yes, we will definitely be having those. Todd is immersed in women all weekend, so he's a good sport about it
No,
all.
I don't. It doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
I kind of, as you know, I grew up
Thank you, Barb.
around a lot of women,
I know. That's what? All women.
all women.
And maybe that's why you understand us so well.
I never said I
Huh?
understand you.
You understand women?
I never said. No, I understand certain things, but I've never pretended to understand women. There's things I can sort of understand about some, but there's always that
What is
divide.
the great mystery to you?
No, there's no big mystery. It's just there are times when you're like, you have no idea. You're just totally on two different parallels
You
in
mean
the universe.
you, not me.
Well,
A man.
a man and a woman,
Yeah.
not all the time, but occasionally, get into a place where you're just not on the same planet. You literally are not seeing it the same way. You just have no idea.
Right.
I mean, I feel like sometimes I can get misinterpreted. Like a lot of times you'll say to me, "Are you mad at me?" or something like that. It's like I don't have any idea where that came from.
Oh.
So those are just
I
general.
I haven't done that in a long time.
No, but I'm saying I'm
You know
just
why,
using that as
though?
an example.
You know why I haven't said, "Are you mad at me?" in a long time? Because I did it for so many years, and then you said, you would always be shocked that I thought that you were mad at me, and then I realized that I was making all this up in my head because you were not looking at me in a certain way, or you weren't talking to me, and your mind was preoccupied. And so I quickly got over that once I realized it was, because I
Well,
know
so-
I don't do anything to make you mad.
And that's important, obviously, where you can make
Yeah.
those adjustments. And but I understood my mother pretty well. And as much as I could understand Carrie, I did, but she wore me out.
Yeah.
She wore everybody out. I mean, she was exhausting. When you would go hang out or stay with Carrie for lengths of time, it could be really exhausting. And that part of that obviously had to do with her mental illness. Also, she just had this boundless energy, which again was sort of part of the mania too. And sort of keep up with her was difficult. And it was fun, It's just 24/7. Pretty soon you're like, oh, give me a break, And that was tough. And no one could keep up with my mother.
Yeah.
Even
she
in
was
her.
incredible.
Look, we're speaking. We're talking
What
about your
he's-
mommy.
He might disconnect
Do you want to go
everything.
back to your spot?
He does. He might want to come visit with me.
No, he's got a spot.
So I'm going to check in
He's
here.
got a spot. But yeah,
I'm-
no. So the idea that men, I don't think it's important, that we, definitively say, oh, yeah, of course, I totally understand women.
So one Phyllis is saying, Phyllis Marianos, enjoying staying home, making the best of each day. You have adjusted very well like that as well. Seth had a wonderful day.
Well,
Definitely
a lot of
enjoy being
people,
here with you guys tonight. Good, we enjoy it too.
a lot of people though have spent a lot of time preparing their nest for years,
Yeah.
and they really have this home thing that they've created. So, I mean, so for those of us that have created a home environment and a place where we really want to be, like our idea of vacation is being home.
Exactly. For me, it's a nightmare to think about traveling for a vacation because everything I love is here. All my animals are here. I mourn being around my animals when I'm on the road. So when we talk about going away for a vacation, I get anxious about it because there's nowhere else I'd
But
rather
you've
be
created
than home.
a lot of things within the compound that are, part of your world, and it's your nest, and you're comfortable there anyway. So I think for those of us that have created that, and I mean, this goes back, to the beginning of time, where people create and build their. I mean, it goes back to caveman days. I mean, you create an environment and you make it cozy, and you like to spend time there, and you leave when you have to go hunt and gather.
Yeah, this is my feathered nest.
Yeah, exactly.
and-
So what my point though is that so there should be a lot of people who are enjoying that aspect of it. I'm not saying you're enjoying the not making money or not being able to do that,
Right.
but I think you could certainly really enjoy, spending time in your nest and your home. And they say home is where the heart is, right?
Right. But I do feel for the people who are love their job and miss their coworkers
another
and miss their
conversation.
routine. I
No,
completely get it.
That's disrupting. So what you have to be able to do is, with the old military credo, adapt, overcome, persevere. That was Carrie's credo that she extracted for some war movies that I was running for her when she was in. She had just lost her best friend.
Yeah.
And she grappled and grabbed that phrase, held onto it, painted it over the top of her bed. And when she felt that things were tough, whatever she was going through, she would drop back to that credo: adapt, overcome, persevere. Those are
Well,
three beautiful words.
I love that. I remember walking into Carrie's room, and she had that written. Her ceilings were really high in that
Yep.
house, and she had that beautifully painted on her wall: adapt, overcome,
That was over her
persevere.
bed, and then it
Is
became
that
her office.
is that the Marine credo? What credo is that?
Well, not exactly. Always faithful as the Marines, but it's a military credo.
Yeah, it's a great
yeah.
credo. And so yesterday,
Fi,
I
always
did not
always.
adapt. I did not overcome.
That's a
I
good
did
one,
not
too.
persevere.
So-
I
so-
simply went and laid down.
So the Marine one is Semper Fi, always faithful.
Yeah, I love
Now,
that.
that's a beautiful one, but I think there's something a little more specific about it. It's an action, 3 words that dictate an action. And if you act on those 3 words,
Then there's a reaction of your body,
you will
yourself, your
react.
mind. Right.
it will cause a reaction.
Yeah.
an
Well, remember
opposite
the triangle.
No, tell me about the triangle.
No, I talked about this when we were still back in the office, but the transduction triangle, which I read about in John Zuli's great book, The Mind Rules, when I was studying hypnosis, was, at the top of the triangle here is a thought, and that creates an emotion, and then that on this end of the triangle creates the thought to an emotion to a physical manifestation. So that's why when we watch funny things like what we're doing tonight, it makes us feel happy because we're laughing. We're
So
laughing is the
when I
physical
hear
manifestation.
somebody fart,
So that's the top of the triangle.
okay, that's the top. And then
Then-
what's the next part? So I
the
heard
next part
I heard
is
the fart.
that you feel an emotion.
I felt an emotion. Actually,
Yeah,
well, I
you
didn't
feel
gag.
you feel
I thought it was
you're
funny.
laughing,
I
so
hope that it was
that's
funny.
that's a happy feeling. And
Sounds
then
like a movie.
and then the physical manifestation is that you just
The physical
release,
manifestation
is that you
it
release all
motivates
the
me to go to the restroom. No?
the physical manifestation.
I don't know that it applies to YouTube fart videos, but the philosophies are good ones.
Yeah.
Because
What you
acting
think
on,
about, you bring about, and that's what that means. That's not like witchy woo-woo talk, but your mind dictates your feeling and your physical manifestation of that feeling, whether it's happy,
This
sad.
is why people that speak negatively or always talk negatively have a tendency to be
Miserable.
or have bad
Yeah.
things happen to them. So,
have
because
bad
what
things
you
happen.
do say
yes.
does manifest things. I'm not saying it does 100%, but it generates an energy and it causes bad things. It causes what you say to come to pass. So you better talk positively if you want good things to happen. There's no question that that is the old adage that it's a powerful thing what you say.
Right, and it really is. I mean, sometimes I know you're all going to relate to this, but I love to when I have time, I go on Facebook. I don't just go on my page. I go on the home feed and I watch everybody's things drift by, and I sometimes the people make me really think or make me really happy, or or laugh but sometimes people really make me think. And then you just will notice that sometimes the same person will jump up on your feed and everything they post is gloom and doom. Everything.
Right. Well,
Have you ever noticed
and of
that?
course the news.
And you just think what their life must be like because
But a lot of why they think that way is that's what's in their face. The news channels, a lot of them spend an inordinate amount of time on negative news.
I'm not talking about what's just going on with
No,
us
I'm,
right
I'm
now.
just saying
I'm just
in,
talking
in
general. Yeah.
the news channels spend a lot of time. In fact, when I used to do shows way back when, it all started a long time ago because I was a stringer for NBC, and we would come back in with stories, and the first question they'd say when you say you have video to bring in is they say, "Are there any fatalities?" Because that's what they want to lead with. So negativity in the news organization is what
Is the
is
lead.
just
Yeah.
permeating the airwaves, and then and you're watching that, and it's just bombarding. That is why I watch Turner Classic Movies more than I would watch the news, or I'll watch.
No, you
hopefully.
have a pretty fair balance of both, but you keep Turner Classic Movies on because I think it's what you grew up with, and I also think it was a gentler time, and that you feel good when that's on. That's what makes.
I think I would agree with that. Of course, I mean, I can't pin it down. I can't say. I could say I grew up with old movies, and that's true. My mother brought Carrie and I up on old
Because
movies.
Carrie also watched old movies all the time,
Yes.
Turner Classic Movies.
She had it on 24/7.
And
in her
anyone that
bedroom.
came to visit her, that's what they would watch.
You'd come into her bedroom. She'd in her bedroom writing or hanging out. You'd sit in her bed with her, and in the background was Turner Classic Movies. And that's pretty much how it is with us.
And your mom was that way
And my
too.
mother's the same way. And I
You know what? Another thing about the three of you that you have in
the
common.
three of us.
No, I'm serious. You, your mom,
Just
and your
the
sister.
three of us. Oh,
You
it's the two of
all
us.
like to eat every meal in bed.
We had
every
TV.
meal.
We had TV trays. In fact, I found my mother's TV tray from her bedroom. I just found it in her stuff. I just pulled it out. It's a white tray with
You know
gold
what?
legs.
I will serve your meals on that now because I take your food. I bring your
You
meals
do.
to you. I cook. I bring it in. I can't eat in bed. I just can't do it. I don't know what it is. It's just really
I
hard.
think it's part of my multitasking. See, I can eat and watch Turner Classic
no,
Movies. That's all
you
the
grew
better.
up watching your mom. Your mom loved to eat in
Okay,
bed.
but let's go back before all that. So here's how that all started. We started on the movies in the projection room at Greenway
Yeah.
back when we were very young. When we were brought up on, before Turner Classic Movies, there was Debbie Classic Movies. So she made us watch, and we got to watch movies that we picked, but also that she picked. So we were brought up a couple of days a week. But if you remember, the television channels back then were very limited, and we had like a 19-inch black and white TV. I mean, that was like a big TV. And then one day we had a color one that big, and all they had on were the shows that we grew up with, which we were talking about the other day. You know, with the Green Acres, the Beverly Hillbillies, Leave It to Beaver, My Favorite Martian, whatever. Those were the shows, but the movies were not really on TV. There was Monday Night at the Movies or something, wasn't there? Like a couple of network things that they did at one point where you could see a movie.
Yeah, they were a movie of the week.
Yeah, so you get like one old
I
movie.
really miss movies of the week. That
But
was
they
a
used
very
to edit
70s.
those. Well, it used to drive my mother crazy because they'd edit those down to fit the time slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would drive the director and the actors crazy.
No, they shot movies of the week. They wrote movies of the
No,
week.
but what happened? You know, they used to run the classics. There was anyway. My point is, this led up to American Movie Classics and Turner Movie Classics channels, and once that happened, it was revolutionary in our household. That is when my mother and Carrie and everybody then started spending even more time in the bed. Plus, we all work really hard, right? So we come off the road or we finish with our day of work. We want to sit back and relax, watch a movie, and I don't know, having your meal there is fun.
I agree that I love getting in the bed, but I cannot eat a meal in the bed. And sometimes when I get in the bed and there's crumbs, and you sweep them to my side.
Well, I want
you
you
get
to
you
be-
you pull the
I-
cover back and sweep the crumbs
No, I
to
put
my
them
side
I put
of
them in the
bed.
middle. That way, if I get them in the center.
And then you accuse them of being my crumbs.
Well, because I've seen you, you do get into bed with like a pretzel or a Cheeto or something, you know.
No, those are your crumbs. I'm just going to say,
Tell
own your
me,
crumbs.
have you ever eaten a pistachio in the bed?
Yes.
Ah,
I will admit.
guilty.
When
A
you put that
pistachio.
bag in between us.
There is no way to eat pistachio nuts in the bed without generating a certain amount of crumbs. This is just a scientific fact. I can assure you. So there are a few. I will take responsibility for some of the crumbs.
Oh God, your mom used to make me laugh. When your mom would give me, your mom would give me like $20 or $40 every now and say, "Honey, go get us some Snicky snacks." And I was like, "It's okay, Mom. You don't have to give me the
money.
The money." She was so funny that way, and she called them Snicky snacks. So that's really true.
Well, we grew up with a certain amount of. At the Greenway house, we had this big pantry, and it was stuffed full of snacks.
Yeah.
So, and Harry Carl used to have his private stash upstairs in another area. And I mean, so everybody had their little stash of snacks, but they were being managed by Mary, the cook. So you couldn't just take an unlimited amount of snacks. So they were being doled out. But that was in a magical room.
Well, next to your bed. Sometimes when I'll go in there, and in
You go
the
next to
next
my
day,
bed sometimes?
well, someone has to clean all the
crumbs?
carnage up because there's
pile of
breakfast,
pistachio
lunch, and
nuts?
dinner, and glasses and wrappers and
I think the carnage was a good description.
carnage of your. It's very funny, but there's no one else I would rather pick up after ever in my life than you. Just so you know, look. I love you.
I only clean up after you.
That's right. So Tracy Schaefer said something funny. She said that we're not from Mars and Venus, that we speak two different languages, which is testosterone and estrogen, which is really true.
Well,
Jerry McCambridge is here, and he said Mars Venus thing. But you know what? We aren't from two different planets. We're all from planet Earth, so we better learn how to get along and speak the same language. That's how I feel
Right. Well,
about
I mean,
it.
like I said, I'm learning, and I try to. It's continually evolves. You know,
Have I been
you're the,
any
you're
part
the
of this
easiest.
education, even though we hooked
You're
up
the
so much
easiest
later in life?
person there has ever been because you are emotionally intelligent, and we do give and take well. So
I've
we-
learned a lot from you, I have to say.
a little. Yeah, you can be tough. I mean, I've seen you be tough on people, tougher than I would be, and on the other hand, I could be tough on people that I work with
Yeah.
more so than you. So there was an example where we learned a little something from
But
each other.
you know, is that a bad thing about me? Because I'm always willing
Well,
to learn
I think
something
I
about
think
myself.
sometimes you can judge people pretty harshly and snap them off because that's what you do to protect yourself. You know,
Yeah.
so you
This is so interesting for me to hear because I think that I'm not going to disagree with that. I think I can be tough, and I think it's a lifetime of having people take advantage
Oh,
of
yeah.
you,
Oh,
or
for
you know, or because when you're really nice, and I do think of myself that way, I think that's how God made me. I don't think that's anything I learned. But I think when you are that way, people mistake that for weakness.
yeah. Well, I still
and
see you as that little girl that goes, "I like you."
I yike you. It's so true.
No, I mean you have a great innocence about you, but and then people do, you know, become predators on that. My mother was like that. She was
Yeah.
very easy to take advantage of. So much so that
Oh my gosh,
I
your
spent
mom
my
was
life-
very tough.
She was tough, but she got
Yeah.
look what happened. She'd get taken advantage of. I spent my lifetime trying to pick up those pieces.
Isn't that interesting? Your mom was tough, and your wife is tough.
What happened?
What happened?
I married my mother?
Oh gosh, don't say
no.
that. But nobody wants to sleep with their mother.
No.
It's
No,
just
no, no,
like,
no, no.
It's
No,
just-
no, no.
No.
No, they're
But it is interesting that, you know, when I met your mom, I thought she was really tough. and not in a bad way. I understood it 100%. I mean, if there's one thing I
Well,
do,
Carrie
it's
explained
understand
it.
people.
Carrie had a way of explaining it. She said that our mother was really like both of us.
Yeah.
She said in the morning, our mother was more like me, sort of a little gentler, softer version. But by the end of the day, after getting sort of pummeled by the day, she became more like Carrie, a little more feisty and a little tougher.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting observation.
Well,
There's some truth to that.
There is, and I wake up happy. Right?
And no day can
As
get you.
the day goes by.
Yeah, it'll get you.
All right, now you have to tell me something good about myself.
That's all good about you. No, your ability, you have the ability to love people way, in some ways, way more so than I would ever have to give the time to do. And you embrace more people than I do. I don't feel like I could even come close to the amount of people that you connect with. But at the same time, when somebody crosses you, you can really.
Now that's where the tough comes in.
That's right.
Right.
And so I might be a little more forgiving in those departments.
Yeah.
But you certainly are the
I
more
kind
generous.
of feel like it's in a way, it's how a spanking works. Remember when you were a kid?
I never got spanked.
Yeah.
You can see why. That's exactly why.
I got spanked, and I got
something worse than
I got
spankings.
worse than spankings too. But my point about the spankings is that I didn't have to. I learned quick, and I think sometimes when people are behaving with you in a way that is just inappropriate, meaning
You should make them take
saying
their pants
something
down
inappropriate.
and spank them on the spot. I don't care how old they are.
No, you have to draw a boundary immediately.
No, that is correct.
An immediate boundary, because people that behave that way
But
don't
that
have
spanking
strong
can be a
boundaries.
lecture. I mean, my mother used to very gently lecture me at length to the point where I would have said, could I just have the spanking and be done with it?
Yeah.
Because the lecture was brutal.
I know.
I was like, how much more of this do I have to take? I mean, okay, you win.
All right, so I think that our time is coming to a close. I want to give away some stuff. Are you into it?
We're into it.
Are you into it? That's what I want to know. We have some fun stuff tonight.
Do we have something different?
Yes.
Are you going to give that poof
What?
away?
The what?
That powder poof?
Yes, we're going to do that. But did we bring the mug in? Do you want to do the mug tonight?
We do have the mug there.
Yeah. So and
No, we'll
the-
say that for Friday.
Oh, Friday.
I'll promo it, though.
Okay, promo the mug, because this will be Friday night. I have a really beautiful turquoise necklace that you all were admiring last week that I want to do on Friday night too. And
So I'll walk. Hey, John, you punch up my camera. I'll walk up.
you gonna walk up.
Well, because you
well,
need
the
to see
camera,
it.
It does close up.
Is that on 3? Frame
see.
good. So this is a mug that was given to my mother from the Unsinkable Molly Brown tour, and you can see on the background, if you could read that, it says, "Debbie, with love and thanks." And then over here, it's got a whole logo of the Unsinkable Molly Brown, and the date was 1990. And obviously, somebody went to a lot of trouble in those days to have this etched for her. And I just found this in a box the other day, and I thought, like, I have so much stuff that there is a point where I would, and I know she would like this too, where it would be, this stuff could be shared, with people who might enjoy that. So we're going to give that away. That'll be our Friday night
Right.
personal
so
Debbie
what's
because
tonight
it's a
gonna be?
one-off. This is a
That
one-off.
that is a one of a kind thing. That is
It is.
true.
Somebody made it for her. She obviously kept it, by the way. A lot of times celebrities are given a lot of stuff, right?
Right.
And a lot of that stuff never makes it past, at least, so if she held on to it, there was a reason.
You know what? I never could understand why we get free stuff when we can afford to buy the stuff.
No,
when
but these are gifts.
No, but what I'm saying is, did you ever notice that? That companies want to give celebrities free stuff.
And the answer is very simple.
Yeah, because they want you to promote it. But I'd rather give the stuff to people who want it or need it and can't.
Yeah, but if you give something to a star so that the people will see them using it, and then they're going to go buy it. It's a simple economics marketing
but
tool.
It is, but I don't know if I.
So
I'm
here's
down
what we're
with
going to
that.
do.
Okay.
We're going to do. Well, one of the things we're going to do. I'm going to get back up because.
Well, you have to put something with that.
I am. I'm going to do this and this.
Oh yeah, I
So
love that
I was going to
pin.
do this and this.
Love that.
So
pin.
we found another pin up a little bit right here. right there. So we
Okay.
have the Carrie Debbie Memorial Pin. We found one, doesn't have a wrapper. And then we have the Debbie CD, which we have a whole box of. So we have the Debbie CD and the pin. The Memorial Pin is a lot of fun. You can see, actually, I am wearing one right now. I keep it on this jacket.
I love that pin
So-
so much. All right.
So it's the Debbie audio CD.
Yeah.
And it's the pin is, of course, rarer than the CD.
yeah, that pin is from the public memorial.
So
and,
Kat is going to select a
Okay,
number
a
game.
number.
That way
Let's
we
do
make
that. And then the next one we do is going to be makeup and or Kat Dana's fun stuff. Really cool. So, all right. So I am thinking of a number, and I haven't decided which end of the spectrum it's on. All righty. I'm going to give it to you. It's a 2-digit number. That's right. Between 50 and 100. And both numbers, let's just try before I give you hints.
Okay.
2-digit number between 50 and 100. And let's see, I'm going to scroll
Well,
up so I
you're
can
going to see it quicker down there. Cause
Oh, I can see.
Oh,
Got it
Cheryl
already?
David.
Cheryl Davidson Conway. Unbelievable.
That was very fast. The number is 55.
55 is the number. I thought I was definitely going to have to.
That was like the third guess
Cheryl,
in.
you're scaring me, girl. You're
No,
tuned
she was-
in. That's crazy. Oh, Cheryl. That is, well,
She's connected.
congratulations to Cheryl.
take that away.
Okay, we're going to move on to the next thing. See what the number was 55. There you go. The next thing I want to give away is, and by the way, I'm so excited because you know what I did? I had designed and ordered today a cup with both of us on there with another saying on the back.
So this,
So that's going
This
to be
is-
here at the end of the month.
you want to direct me, John? Up, down, sideways? Good. This
Okay.
is Kat's little mug with her and Nugget on it and a little
Right.
saying.
Right?
Here you go. And she's going to put stuff in
I'm
that
going to
cup.
put stuff in it, okay? So even if a guy wins this, then you could have the camo Kat Dana. See, I'm wearing the red one. He's wearing the black one.
Yep.
You can wear it in all kinds of ways, but this is the way that I wear it when I go in. And if I want to double it up, I just pull 2 layers under my nose.
We
and
also
that way.
we also wear these, late night, for the late show.
Oh,
It's
the
part of
show.
it's part of our
He
routine.
dreams about the show.
It's a-
All right, so
it's-
John,
it's-
I'm going to go ahead and get
I wear
off
my
this
underwear
subject.
in this. Just
No, I
this
don't
and
think
my
there's anything
undies.
that turns me on as much as
This and my undies?
underwear and shoes with
I was going to have
socks.
some undies
That,
made out of this sort of paisley
underwear
material.
with shoes and socks.
It's a
That
good thing
is-
because you get
Ooh,
to see it a lot.
That's right.
It's a good thing.
Okay, so
That's
we
a good
have
thing.
the cup here, and it says, close your eyes and take a nice deep breath on the back. In it is going to be a unisex skincare product that we make that is unbelievable called Silk Perfection. And it makes your skin feel like velvet. I mean, it is just unbelievable. It's like so silky. Men use it. Remember, you used to use it all the time. Regis
No,
Philbin
I like the
put
other
it on
one
his
more.
body from
I've
head
moved
to toe.
on to your.
To the elastin collagen cream? Well, guess what? We're out of it, and the factory is closed.
I know. So what am I going to do?
That's right. So if you're looking for something, we have this. We do
No,
have
I was
that.
just you were asking my personal
Right.
choice because we get in the sun a
also,
lot.
This is a cool thing. Now, guys, you'd have to give this to your
that might be good for late night fun too. You could see
the
how
Wonder
that,
Puff. Anything
Wonder
that's
Puff could
has
be
the word
used.
puff in it turns you on.
No, it's just that the kitty cat thing there is kind of cool. It's a sexy little piece, right?
So the Wonder Puff is really
Changing the
cool.
subject on me there.
Everything I make is made in the U.S., by the way. Everything I make is made in the United States. This is really cool. If you use powders, foundation, mineral powder, anything, it's washable. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial. You can use it to put on foundation or powder, and it's washable, and it's just awesome. It's called a Wonder Puff. That's going in here. So you have the cup, the Wonder Puff, a Kat Dana of your choice. And that is going to be this prize, the Silk Perfection, the Wonder Puff, the cup, and the Cat Dana. All right, this is
Nice.
a good one.
That's a big
My
package.
gosh, I can't believe this. All right, so yeah, let's see. All right, all righty. So this is between 1 and 40. Between 1 and 40. 2 digits.
Tune
Two
them in.
digits.
Here they come.
So
23.
it would be better to say it's between 10 and 40.
Got
10
it.
and 40.
10 and 40.
Yes.
Okay, you really made it easy.
Between 10 and 40. So this is not that hard.
Only one person's guessing. Okay, here comes somebody else.
Yes. I don't see any guessing. Is mine is
Well, you're off. You're
oh I'm who? Heather Tanchuk wins. The number 12 is the number. Number 12 is the number. Heather Tanchuk, you did good. I think that's Heather. Is that her first time winning? I think.
I still don't see her yet. That's how slow this
That's
is.
because we're on such a delay over here. She's on the computer. Heather Tanchuk, congratulations. Let's do another one. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Again, the Cat Dana and the color of your choice. Heather Tanchuk, go ahead and private message me. Let me know what color you want for your Cat Dana. And for the third one, we're going to do a Cat Dana, the color of your choice, one of these. Also, I'm going to give away my favorite highlighter in the world. It's called Candle Glow. Those of you who use it, you know. I'm just going to put a little teeny bit on my hand. So you probably, I don't know how far away it is, but this is just a gorgeous product. Again, if you're a dude and you win this, make somebody happy and give that to them. Keep the Cat Dana for yourself. And I'm also going to throw something else in there. Oh, I'll throw in a hand sanitizer that we make, and it's with CBD or no CBD. You'll just let us know. So this stuff is fantastic because it's a gel and it has vitamin E in it. It doesn't dry your hands out. So those are the 3 products: the hand sanitizer with or without CBD, the Cat Dana, and the Candle Glow. All right, this is a really cool thing. Now, this Candle Glow, it's you know what, for me when I put a
If you want, you can just get up and
Yeah.
put your hand in front of that camera and
that's
they can
okay.
see
I'm
it.
just going to put it on my skin. I'm putting it on over my makeup. You can put it on bare skin, or you can put it on over
Bare
your
skin.
makeup. Bare skin.
So we can use that tonight then
Jeez, he's still thinking about
with
that.
the Wonder Puff.
That's right. So anyway, what it does is just make your skin look absolutely gorgeous. It's better than when you were 20, I like to say. My skin wasn't that great at 20, so I actually think I have better skin now just from this. So that's going to be it. I'm going to pick a number. Let me see where my pen is. I'm going to pick a number. All right. I'm going to pick a number, and I'm going to be real secretive about this. Go put the camera on, Todd, if you would.
Well, no one's
Because
gonna see that.
that's right. I don't want anyone to see anything. All right. Okay. The beautiful Dora will come and get this number.
Door
All
number
right.
1, door number 2, or door
Okay.
number 3?
This is a number between 1 and 30. Between 1 and 30. So go ahead and choose that number now. Between 1 and 30. Dora's going to know before us.
Okay.
All right, how quiet it gets when there's a prize at stake. Oh. Kathy Winkler, unbelievable. Kathy got the number. The number is number 2. That is really great. All right, well, gosh darn it.
Well,
I
we
hate
have
this part.
No,
This
we
is-
have the clip. We have a great
Oh,
clip.
that's right. We have a parting clip, right?
Right.
Okay, so Friday night is coming, and we're going to have lots of prizes. It's going to be a lot of fun. And so, you know, it's kind of neat when we have the day off in between because it gives me a chance to, like, plan a few things, right? So we're going to have
Considering
a.
we are the producers and the talent
That's right.
and the crew
I'm the boss, and you're the boss too. So
and the studio executives.
exactly. We love you guys so much. We'll be back Friday
Well,
night with
so
a
what
lot
we
of
did is,
stuff.
John, if you could get ready on the player back there, we had a little film clip with Bob Fosse and my mother.
That's right. So everybody thinks no. A lot of people think of Bob Fosse from just all that jazz because.
Well, later he
in the
became a
business,
famous
yeah,
choreographer.
that's right. He became a famous choreographer. But when he was young, he was an actor and a singer dancer.
Yes, and kind of cute.
Yeah.
You know, like he's really charming with my mom, and they're having in this particular film, they're having a little relationship. Did I keep the DVD box back there, or did I bring it here?
Well,
Anyway,
you don't really need
I
it.
don't need it, but it's a very cute little dance number with Bob Fosse, my mom, and it's not well known, and he's amazing. And so let's have a quick look at that, John, if you want to go ahead and you punch up the computer and play it off the computer.
There you go. And we'll just go ahead and say goodnight with this clip, and we hope it makes you feel happied up, and we'll see you on Friday.
Well, we'll come on in the back end.
With nothing but true love in the ascendance, we'll always sign and renew a declaration of dependence, where you depend on me and I depend on you. We'll have a White House, small but a bright house, built on the pursuit of star-spangled happiness. Hurry, let's name the date, darling, for our United States. Can't wait for our United States.
I think they're so cute together.
Yeah.
Aren't they?
Yep.
See, those are those little cute little romantic films and gentler times.
Yes.
And little simple music, you know, very beautiful, and the dancing is beautiful, and it's just it's a time that we can force back upon the
Well,
world.
I was just saying, be gentle with each other and be gentle with ourselves during this time. No picking on yourself, and we'll get through this just dandy, and maybe even come out better on the other end.
I think that's the
Yeah,
goal, right?
I do
We
think
need to
that's the
take
goal.
back the country, from the negativity and all of the other things, and bring back a gentler way.
Amen. I agree.
And
All right.
Here is the Ruby Slippers.
Here we
My
go.
mother's prized possession, and Kat's providing the sound effects for the sign off for this evening. And here we go.
There's no place like home. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back Friday night with lots of fun and games, prizes, and laughs, and of course, love. We love you guys so much. Thank you for spending this time with us.